This is the AMC 1-month overview reading for November 2022. It's currently October 16th, 2022, 1:06 a.m. Eastern Time. The overall theme and behavior, guys. Actually, before we get into that, let's take a quick look at September and see how we did. It's really mild. I'm feeling like a pretty strong. It was a pretty strong reading, but the behavior, it's not nearly as pronounced as you would expect. Most of the time, you're going to see much more of like a move to a resistance followed by, well, you'll see a move to a resistance followed by much more pronounced lower spikes up on the way down. But we do have that formation going on here, and then around the high, there's a revisiting of a past crest that was recently an opportunity. That was crossed with the strife card, and then around the high we have breakdown through multiple support levels off of the high. So there's easily 1, 2, 3, 4. There's at least 5 of them in there. A behavior out of the low. So we have, and to be clear, this vertical white line and this vertical white line are the beginning of the month and the end of the month. So the low we have here on the 26th, boom, we have the low as predicted on the 26th. We also had the prominent low on the 23rd and the 20th, I believe. Big moves to the downside there. The 16th 16th we have a pretty prominent low there as well. And then the high, we had a high on the 12th. We also had a high on the 7th, so we were a little bit off on the 7th, but I also was reading that ruin incorrectly at the time of this reading. Excuse me, guys, still learning runes. But that's looking like a pretty solid AMC reading for September, guys. Here we go with November. So we were attempting to establish support or reestablish support, and it's crossed with a failed attempt to break through key resistance followed by a decline through key support, and that's on the scale of a 1-month chart. Behavior around the high, we have sideways rotation along key support on the scale of a 1-month chart with a fast sudden move higher marking the end of that period of sideways rotation. That fast sudden move higher takes us into the month's high. Behavior around the month's low, we have selling from an overbought crest or peak down to the month's low. I'm advised that there'll be temptation to open up positions, but it's not the right time to open up long positions at the low of the month, which most likely is the 23rd. It's either the 21st or the 23rd is the low for the month. Most likely the 23rd. And then as far as a high goes, my sense is that we have a prominent crest or first high, but only because there's only a few days into the month there. But our first high, because we drop, I should say first high is like right there at the end of the day on the first. Our first trough may be really at the beginning of the day on the first, so we have a bullish day there, and then a sharp decline on the second with a trade opportunity involving a decline that increases with momentum moving forward in time. Then we gap up on the 3rd, morning of the 3rd, we're gapping up, and it's a brief high before we see a strong decline through multiple support levels on a 1-month chart, and we reach a prominent low there for the month, a prominent trough, not a lowest low, but a prominent trough for the month. On the 4th, we have a breakout in the midst of some erratic behavior back and forth through the same price level, and we have we revisit a crest that was recently a past opportunity. Usually on the scale of a 1-month chart, recently is like within a week's time, usually within 3 days, but within a week's time to be safe. On the 7th, we have correlation to an attempt to establish support, key support, and also to the failed attempt to break through key resistance, followed by a decline through key support. This is key resistance and support on a 1-month scale. We have correlations for those both on the 7th, and there's quite a bit of volatility there. My sense is that we have an opportunity there to position oneself on both directions, both sides of the market using option spreads in the midst of that volatility. And then we have a prominent trough there on the 7th for the month, and a prominent high on the 8th after a big move higher. There's a swing trade opportunity. There's a swing trade opportunity on the 8th involving a notable move to the upside on a 1-day chart that would stand out. We have a prominent crest for the month here towards the end of the day. And it looks like selling from near overbought or selling from near overbought territory on RSI. On the 9th, we have sideways rotation along key support on the 1 month. On the 10th, we have key support. So that's, excuse me, key resistance. I believe that on the 9th, the support of the 9th becomes resistance on the 10th. And there's a swing trade opportunity in there involving a decline that increases with momentum moving forward in time. Also, I'm advised that there will be temptation to do the wrong thing and that I should exit any bad situations on the 10th. On the 11th, we successfully turn resistance into new support on a 1 month chart, and then on the 14th, we have a swing trade opportunity involving a decline on a 1 day chart that increases with momentum moving forward in time. It would stand out on a 1 day chart, and then the majority of the behavior on the 14th is a move higher, pushing the upper end of a range higher. We have selling on the 15th selling from a crest down to and through a support level, and then we do a U-shaped reversal below that support level on the 15th. Do some sideways rotation there on the 16th, attempting to establish support at a key support level, or reestablish support at a key support level on a 1 month chart. Looks like we do that. On the 7th, we on a 1 month we fail to break through key resistance, and then we break down, and then on the 16th we may actually break down through another support there, or no, I think we established support there, and not necessarily breaking through it. And then on the 17th, I'm advised to be cautious. Multiple false tops and bottoms on the 17th. Interesting, and there's a prominent crest that'll stand out for the month there on the 17th as well. A swing trade opportunity involving a notable move higher on a 1 day chart. On the 18th, we have a swing trade opportunity again. There's a move to the upside to reach for resistance, or to meet resistance on a 1 month chart, and then move upwards to meet that resistance offers a swing trade opportunity in the midst of the move higher. And then after we meet that resistance, we break down with increasingly consecutively lower spikes up on the way down. Looks like we probably gap down into the 21st for a month's first major low on the 21st. Advised that it's not the right time to open up new long positions. There will be a rally that commences at the very end of the month, or first thing in December, but not yet. On the 23rd, we also have what appears to be the month's lowest low. So it's either on the month's lowest low is either on the 21st or the 23rd, and in between those 2 days, there's a prominent high that stands out. It won't be like a month's high, but there's a prominent spike up in between them, bumping along resistance. On the 21st, there's bearish price swings with a sharp drop. It'll stand out. On the 23rd, there's a reversal at the end of the day, where we, at a low at the end of the day, where we move significantly higher over the. There's a reversal at the end of the day at a low for the month there at the end of the day. It looks like, or there's a low for the month there on the 23rd. Then we have the 24th off, and then on the 25th. There's a swing trade opportunity involving a decline on a 1 day chart that increases with momentum moving forward into the decline. And on the scale of a 1 month chart, there's a failed attempt to break through key resistance that technicals will make it seem like we're going to break through, and everybody's expecting that, but instead we turn around and break down through key support. Big gap up over the weekend. The 28th, we gap up significantly. There's multiple failed attempts to break through key resistance there on the 28th. And then a decline that commences towards the start of the early afternoon. A rally along a diagonal trend line on the 29th ends with a fast sudden move higher, and then a breakdown through that diagonal trend line with increasing volatility on the way down. And then the volatility ends on the 30th with a sudden fast sudden move higher, again marking the end of that period of volatility. The sneak preview card for the following month: sideways fluctuations with a bearish trend that precedes a rally. The Empress card, generally speaking, offers a good opportunity to get in on a long position. That's AMC for November 2022, my friends. Let me know what you think by hitting that like button. Don't forget to subscribe, and most importantly, make sure you follow that rule of karma. As long as you follow that rule of karma, the universe is going to send it back to you tenfold in all directions, my friends. I'll see you on the next one.